I switched on just now. I think we're reconnected. I was saying earlier, I chose three cards before I came on the live talk with you today. The first one is divine timing. Divine timing, for me, this is about what's happening in the world today, what's happening with you all, what's happening with this terrible pandemic, what's happening about Christmas. We're all wondering and worrying about what's going to happen. But like everything else, nothing stays the same. So it will change. I anticipate that we're going to be changing around about March 2021. And then we'll have this sort of pandemic under some sort of control, certainly in the Western world. And to remain positive in that thought, it will help everybody lift themselves out of this difficult year that we've had. To stay the best that you can be is to think good about what you have achieved in your life and what you're achieving currently going forward. Best friendships, best love, best hope, best at work, doing what you're trained to do, doing what you have been guided to do. But when we get and today's a lovely day in Sligo at the moment, so the sun's shining. It's a beautiful autumn morning or autumn day, and I often think of as many things as I can about what is good about me and what's good about the day that I'm in. So I'm thinking this morning, it's a beautiful place that I live. It's a beautiful place because it's sunny. It's lovely to see people out walking and exercising around here. And it's also feeling good about what you've achieved the previous day. So it's always nice to think about possibly 5 things that are good about you personally, or good about the situation that you're in, where you live, where you work. 5 things that you appreciate, and that has this feeling of joy and hope and contentment going forward. Certainly, we can always think of things that we hope for and that we believe in. And one of the difficult things to adjust our alignment in our thinking is that that we trust again. Some people have been let down in the past with relationships or in business or being let down in dealings with people or property or whatever. And it's difficult then to trust again sometimes. But we also know that nothing stays the same. Today will be today, and it will change again tomorrow. And it will probably even rain tomorrow where I am. But for today, that's where we are today. And that's all we can work on what is actually happening today. Tomorrow will be different, and not always in a negative way. We can also find an improvement over today. So if you're sitting at home at the moment worrying about today, worrying about something, thinking that you're slightly afraid or fearful or anxious about something, that's not really a good place to be. If you're sad or feeling grief over somebody who's passed, that's today, but tomorrow could be completely different. And it's quite easy to be the best you can by changing the way you align yourself to what it is you're thinking about. We've all lost people that we love. Often when we grieve, we are thinking about all the good times that we've had with them. And it's sometimes important to remember what those people brought to our lives when they were on the earth level. Or you wish you'd done something that you had always said that you. From with the passing of somebody, it brings a lot of negative emotions and a lot of sad emotions, and emotions that is not really good to sit in that vibration for too long. It's difficult sometimes, but when you can look back on somebody that passed with joy and laughter and the things that you remember that were good, that is the beauty of remembering that person who's passed. So to think good about somebody who's passed, not to ask, well, why did they pass, or why did that happen, why did this happen, but to appreciate they've gone on to a better world and a better life. To think positively is also another way to be the best you can for today. To think about what possibilities what can you have and what can you do to achieve in your life. So time to sit and reflect on what we've achieved in our lives to date and what we want to achieve going forward. In other words, it's about planning what our next moves are. And unless we have a plan, it's very difficult. We just go from day to day to day, and we don't really have a plan. We have to have a plan in order to move anything or change anything. So it's important to sit in your own energy, in your own space, with your own thoughts. And the water, the ocean, and living in Ireland as most of us do, we're not very far away from water at any time, be that a lake or a river or the sea itself. So to sit by water or to be by water is very therapeutic, and it allows our mind to slow down to the rhythm of the water flowing through a village or a town, like a river, for example, or sitting by the sea. So the ocean is about reflection, it's about taking stock, it's about finding out where we are today in relation to where we want to be in our lives going forward. So this is an important card going forward at the moment. And I think between now and the year end, by that I mean the end of January, I don't mean the end of December. But to me, I work from the Chinese New Year to the Chinese New Year. So between now and the end of January will be a time of reflection, a time of planning, a time of change, both for you and for others as well. But always look for the opportunities, and even if you don't know what your purpose is or how you can serve a purpose, it's always very nice to sit and ask for the direction and the guidance that you want to achieve, even if you don't know what it is you want to achieve. So you want to serve a purpose, you want to be purposeful, you want to be abundant, you want financial freedom, you want romance, love and affection and attention from the right person, whatever it is that your desire is. To sit quietly and ask for that to manifest itself for you is all that I do in order to achieve what I want to achieve in my life. The last card I got was stress management. Stress management is an interesting card because when you're born, most of us were not born in a stressful state. Usually when children come into the world, they are very much a bundle of love and joy, and there's not too many that were born in a stressful environment or a stressful situation. For the early hours and days and weeks and months of our lives, we're full of love invariably, full of joy. Our mothers, our fathers, our aunties, our uncles, we're all looking to give love, affection and attention to a child, even when the child is taken out and walking around the shops with its mother or a family member. Some stranger's going to stick its head in the pram and say, oh, what a lovely child. Oh, what a lovely looking girl, boy, what is it? So we have this natural tendency to want to smile, love, and show appreciation to the child that is going to be there. So a text and I'll arrange a time when we. So really, stress is something we have to manage in a way that it really wasn't part of us as children, and therefore it shouldn't be part of us as an adult life. Some people say, oh, I was so stressed today at work. Where were you? Your mother has probably said when you were a child, where were you? I was worried about you. I was so stressed about you. Well, I was just down the road playing with my friend's mum. So really, stress is not something that you're born with. It's not part of our makeup. It's not part of our DNA. It's not something that we should really sit in for too long going forward. So there are stressful situations, problems, challenges that we have, and we need to be solution orientated with those challenges. We need to find the answer to those situations in a solution orientated way, rather than saying being worried or anxious or stressed about it. Lisa, I don't know whether there's time because I'm only on this space for 15 minutes, but if you contact me, send me a message, I'll arrange a time for you. My readings usually last for about 45 minutes, and I can do them through Zoom or through Skype or WhatsApp or on the phone. I work as a medium all of the time. I don't have another job. I actually so I can do it whenever it suits you guys. So simply send me a message on the on the Psychic Henry page that you want to read in, and we can link up a time that's convenient to anybody. But I that's one of the things that I enjoy doing, and that's part of my purpose, if you like, in life. I'm trying to help people be the best that they can be. So I don't know, time's nearly up. Stay well, stay safe, stay at a distance, a safe distance between you and whoever else that you want to chat to. Just before I go, I want just to say that there was a man in the spirit world who's come into me just before, about between 2 o'clock and 2:30 today. And this man is in the spirit world who has a message for somebody, and was quite insistent. I feel it's for a female. I feel that the person is wanting to contact either a daughter, but it's also talking about a son of his as well. So I don't know whether anybody can pick that up, or whether anybody has lost a father figure, went into the spirit world, and this would be the first time that this person would have a medium reading from this gentleman. But I know he's quite close to me, and I know he wants to get a message through. So if there's anybody out there that can relate to that, then fine. Hi, Dave Viney. How are you? I hope you're well, sir. I hope you are very well, because you had a little bit of a challenge there recently. So all the way from Wales. Good man yourself. So I think that's about all the time I have. I'm not quite sure what that comment means, Sarah O'Rourke, but Peter Thompson, hello, how are you? If I can be of help, person to come to me regarding this man who went into the spirit world, that's a reason. But there's a son of his has a problem, or what he wants to get a message to. So, yeah, Dave, I'm keeping well. Thanks very much indeed. And I hope everybody, the girls and everybody over there in Wales, is keeping well for you as well. So that's about it. I think I can't think of anything else really to say, but I am available, as I say, and by all means, if you want like a message or reading, then by all means contact me. I'm available most of the days this week. So thanks again for coming on, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this Dublin all to watch and see and do for the rest of the day. It was a particularly good day as well. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you again for listening and for tuning in, and I appreciate that. Talk to you soon. Thanks now. Bye-bye.